Okay, so today we are going to have a look at the atom. Here we have a diagram of the atom. In the middle, you can see the blue and red sort of dots. The middle bit is called the nucleus. The nucleus stands for center. And in the center we have the neutrons shown in red and the protons shown in blue. Around the nucleus we find electron shells, and the crosses on the diagram are the electrons. The first electron shell contains 2 electrons, and then the second and third electron shells contain up to 8 electrons. Okay, so we're going to have a little bit of a look at the relative charges and the relative masses and how these are represented in the periodic table. So remember these tables. For the relative charges, we've got protons plus 1. Pro is good, so they're positive. Neutrons have a charge of 0 because they are neutral, and electrons are -1. The relative masses, so protons have a relative mass of 1, neutrons 1, and electrons are very, very small. It's about 1 over 1,840 on the top of my head. So we can sort of ignore the masses because they don't actually add much weight to the atom. Okay, we represent atoms in the periodic table like this, and there's 2 very important numbers. So this is a carbon atom, and we've got 12 and 6 sitting above and below the letter. 12 is the mass number and 6 is the atomic number. Okay, if I flip this round, so the mass number is the number of protons and neutrons. The atomic number is the number of protons. Okay, and this is really important. The number of electrons equals the number of protons. So for carbon, we have 6 protons, 6 neutrons, and 6 electrons. Okay, I'll just show you how I work that out. So the atomic number is 6, so we have 6 protons. The number of electrons is equal to the number of protons, so the number of electrons is 6, and 12 is the number of protons and neutrons. So if I do 12 minus 6, it is 6. So we've got 6 neutrons as well. So we can represent our carbon atom like this. Remember, the red is neutrons, blue is protons, and the crosses are electrons. I would like to highlight here about the electron shells. So the first shell can only contain up to 2 electrons, and then I go on to the second one. So I've had to fit 4 electrons in the second shell. Okay, so that is it for today. Next week we will have a look at bonding, so covalent and ionic bonds. If you've got any questions, post them below.